matchup between the...
A great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Let's get it. 19. 14,
Now a play fake here on first down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's able to find Diggs. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 74 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And on the ground they go with the running back. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And they'll go on the ground. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. He was locked in last week, NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2.
Clear some space in the trophy room. He won it last week. He's thinking he's going to get a few more before this season is over, maybe even starting with this game.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Looking deep downfield. This is caught at the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Good jumbo! Good jumbo! Good jumbo!
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw again is Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred me.
And this is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the...
Stephon Diggs, the 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Ohio!
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Edwards now on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Now Wilson on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Operating from the gun, Edwards eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here's Wilson to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And a nice spin into some open field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Edwards on 1st and 10. He's going to air, and that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Edwards throwing on 1st down, letting one go, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
On 1st down, Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now it's Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now Wilson on 1st down. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. From the gun, Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Cortland Sutton, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was fun.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Don't take forever, okay?
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Fighting him off. So we've reached halftime in a while, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That looked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit.
change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Edwards on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And some room to work. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So with the yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through them right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, that's Simpson. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, Edwards. And that is incomplete here. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. To throw is Edwards. Throwing on 4th down. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll go on the ground. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing is Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Wilson. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. In for the score. There the Eagles are back within a score. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns. Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Flex round!
Now they try the right side here. And some room to maneuver. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll run it here. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Throws right side, and that's complete. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long. It's Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season to be able to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Edwards now on 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Thought it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Eagles on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 17. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Here's Matt Bosher now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Edwards. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Now Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Now he opts for the spin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting here.
Zero.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0. Have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Now Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. It's complete to Diggs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Cortland Sutton with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Eagles get a score closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now they try the right side here. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Nice move at the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They go play action now. Wilson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offenses have success. You could say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. There he goes again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On second down, here's Wilson. Call it a loss of 12 that time. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Flex round! Flex round!
Here's Edwards to throw on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Money back. Money back. Money back. money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this behind the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. They be late, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Babe, back on Monday, throw rock body. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. Why you was sleeping on me? I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. They be taking everything you want. I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go, your man, with my name in your mouth. I do the Maybach on Monday, throw rock Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving at rude boy, I'm waving at you boy, ran off on the two like True Goy, imagine me do boy, you could never do what I do boy, still ducking that I did boy, in Paris for a hit boy, these ain't the same type of hits boy, can get boy, you don't take these type of risks, boy, cause this boy been throwing that like rich boy, you miss, boy. Your numbers don't add up on the, that was 10 years ago. If you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This thing of ours, oh, this thing of ours. Her fraternity of ringing off. I just happen to be alumni. Too legit, they still looking at me with one eye. The company I keep is not corporate enough. Child, you ain't orphan enough. A rapper turn can't morph into us, but a turn rapper can morph into Puff. Dance contest for the, I predict Al Roker. If you know, you know. I only ever looked up to, you all get a bird, this Oprah. Layers in ball shorts, coaching from the side of the ball court. If you know, you know. One stop like a Walmart, we got the for the wrong sport. If you know, you know. If you know about the port, though it's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we for circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know. You ever been hit with the water, then had to wait? Do you walk away? If you know, you know. When we all clicking like Golden State, and you and your team are the motorcade. If you know, you know. Been granting wishes like a genie to bad in two-piece bikinis. I've been hiding where you can see me. The skybox is right next to Riri's. Solely responsible for showing rappers how to stand on the front lines when started throwing bands. Where were you when Big brought the Tigers in? Cause I was busy earning stripes like a tiger skin. Layers and ball shorts, coaching from the side of the ball court. If you know, you know. One stop like a Walmart. We got the for the wrong sport. You know, you know. If you know about the port, the door is supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we for circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Couldn't hit if you had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost all the shine. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show 150, don't talk to me. You ain't never helped your mans, don't talk to me. You just follow all the trends, don't talk to me. I set the bar, I'm the bar. Look in the sky, I'm a star. I don't fall in love cause I be loving. They ain't like my shirt, it's a large. I don't care, I crush a ghost. Got 2 cribs and 2 states, I be doing the most. I got white folks money that I won't blow. And if you ask why, cause the white folks don't. Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money you gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy.
Everything proper, no propaganda. Tropicana gold yard bandana. Big, a lot of like Santa. Threw a birthday party in a phantom. Big like a dinosaur did it. And you know, shining like acrylic. Yeah, but had cornrow. I can see you hang with the door closed. Now I'm looking for a glove with a sparkle on it. And my got chocolate on it. Big bank, take small. Bank account on some talk. Attitude on some. Bank roll on what it do, boo. He had the roulette vibe. And if I ain't did it yet, I'll try.
Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
She said, what you gon' do if I leave? I said, I'ma do me. B.I.G. Everything zoomed in. Big on me looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here. I'm a first generation millionaire. I broke the curse of my family not having. I'm passionate like this after more than just cashing. Feed me to the wolves, now I lead the packet. You boys all cap, I'm more Colin Kaepernick. I'm rare as affordable healthcare. Or going to wealth from welfare. I turn my W's to those. I might buy a red bottoms with the crypto. 3 coins, that'll pay your whole semester. But you gotta better than a Tesla.
Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy.
Back again, back to back, made back, stacked it. I'm Miss Slim Shady, the M. Once he black, he'll be back again. Tell him that it's crunch time abdomen. Yes, I caught Mad Chanel and Mad Javin. She did it again, imagine them. About to make these pump mad again. Back to them. I lead the pack, so my back's to them. Yup, the queen's back, what's happening? Rerun, about to make these rap again. Diamond chains on my ankle. Young money in the cut like a telltale.
same sentence. Notice me. Four grades, Yankee fitting. Know it's me. I'm everywhere comfortable, but I'm still attentive. A young with money will make me offended. I ain't flashy, classy, but I ain't stupid either. Never show up to me that's hungry and eager. My brother's keeper, I'm loyal, it's all in my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her.
Let's go!
That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do what they don't, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving fast to slow motion. I was losing focus, stuck on my it was smooth on the surface, but underneath it was broken. Hoping to find hope in this hopeless world we live in. What you give is what you give. Gotta make decisions. Gotta stay tunnel vision. Gotta avoid collision. Keep scratching the surface and keep your palms itching. Gotta pay moms a visit. It's been a while. I've been working. She keep telling me she miss her child. I find myself passing the house, then I spin around. She say I'm always moving. Ma, I just can't sit around. Oh my, cause the cash ain't gonna come to us. When we was down, who gave a dime or gave a for us? So instead of making it hard, I made it fun for us. Make it easy, so when you need it, you just run to us. But it's a lot of pressure. I'm trying to stick and move through this. Fixing these bumps on the road so I can just cruise to this. Living my life on the road, I'm trying to get used to this. And when they throw dirt, I just act like a broom to this. Trying to stay true to this. Even when they lie on me. World on my shoulders, my girl can't even cry on me. God watching over me, the devil probably spy on me. I've been going through some, enough keep an eye on me. I know it's been a drought, but to my fans, don't go dry on me. If you want a picture, take a picture, don't get shy on me. I'm here to inspire. I admire that you admire me. I've been in the game, but I promise you'll see it admire me. I'm sorry. My supporters, man. Love y'all. I just want to say thank you. You supported me since day one. You just don't want to see me win, man.
Ohio!
I don't know why, but we gonna win anyway.
counting my bands. Started getting money, I see how it feels to be rich. I live by the beach now, that's how I should live. Since I was a toddler, I knew that I would become this. I cannot move slow, that's a big no. Gotta chase this money, bankroll after big bankroll. I must get this money, I must get this money, I must get this money, get this money, get this money. I'm addicted to balling, I have to get my cash. The money is calling, got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends.
Got 100, I need bands. Now look at my dance. What is my jam? Run and get you that bands. Turning that party up. Used to have a my Nautica. You know the money be calling up. Friend, I'm tryna all of ya. Talking about he ballin', watch this. Started let me too quick. Went to Oakland with a few. Took 'em all you break. Dip. Yeah. Imagine what I paid for the rollie. Still from the police. 24 carats of my Kobe. Yeah. That for the homies.
I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends.
Thicker the pie, thicker the bag. Mean I'm a buyer, not leasing no beamer. I'm buying no gun, I'm driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it, the is mad. Man in that bag, cause I'm all in my bag. Well, I ain't holding around, just a little Merlin. Now the cutie, now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for a doubt, she don't give a. She was in her bag, Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like tires. What we gon' let? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of them all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6, Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snigger bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. Y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
Baby, could you? I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sailing right now. I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Ball for me. Ball for me, yeah. Ball for me. Ball for me, yeah. I'm on the road, I'm getting paid like what you want, baby. You a bougie, baby, but I love you, baby. Give you the world, baby. Pay $5 grand for a handbag like Saint Laurent, baby. We love that money, baby. 100,000 plus 100,000 my way. Got 30,000 plus 30,000 my wrist. We got those bad, that's